Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be tackling the Scrawlrbox April Challenge. When I first opened this box, I was both pleasantly surprised and also a little bit scared because I'll have to actually be painting with watercolor again. It's been a long while since I last did this, so I was excited, but I was a little bit nervous. The box comes with these 6 Scrawlrbox watercolor paints. Scrawlrbox is a great company, so I was quite happy to have that in the box. There's also a Derwent I can't say that word. There is a Derwent watercolor paintbrush. Now with this brush, I actually think that I received one that was a little bit used. I wasn't quite sure. You see the tip here is black. There was a little bit of some grainy residue. And when I tested it later on with water, lo and behold, black ink or I don't know, leftover black stuff came out. So I don't quite know what happened there. But no problem, it was a quick, easy fix. All you have to do to clean one of these brushes is to squeeze the sides of the brush and use a paper towel and do some soft circles, circle motions, and the brush tip is good as new. The box also came with the Royal Sovereign Chinagraph pencils in black and white. I'll be talking a little bit more about these later on in the video, and of course there was the sweet, it is a sticky toffee pudding. So let's set these wonderful art supplies aside and get started on the sketch. For the challenge of the April Scrawlrbox, it is birds of a feather, and I took this challenge quite literally by drawing and painting birds. Painting birds is one of my favorite things to do, or I should say sketching birds. I really love sketching birds. I think they're such a pretty animal, and I wanted this painting to have a little bit more action. So I wanted to have a flying bird and maybe one that was sitting a little bit more still. So this is sort of the concept that I was going for. I also wanted to have something that was a little bit more summery, so drawing some palm trees and, you know, just having a little bit of fun with it. Also, because this is my first watercolor piece in probably over a year, I wanted something very simple. And yeah, just to, like I said, have fun and enjoy the art supplies that I received within this box. I hate to do this, but I'm going to be doing a very brazen plug for my social medias here. I am trying to get back into the whole art world after a year of pause. So if you want to check out my art journey, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are down below in the video description. And also it would mean the world if you did check out the project that I've been working on for a very long time at annelizabeth.com. Again, link down below in the video description. The launch of my very first book is happening fall 2021, and I cannot be more excited for it. So yeah, it would mean the world if you checked it out, and if you want to subscribe, subscribe to the mailing list. Alright, enough self-promotion, let's get back to the art. So when it comes to the Scrawlrbox Aquafine watercolor tubes, in the box we did receive 6 colors. So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and white, which is actually quite nice to get. This brand is one of my favorite brands. I did use this brand for oil painting before, and I absolutely love it. So I was very happy to see that the box included the watercolor versions of the tubes. These ones are quite high quality, and the tubes themselves were actually quite nice in terms of the size. I think I could make them last quite a long time. If you guys are looking for a very good brand when it comes to oil paintings in general, this one is really, really nice. Scrawlrbox, it is a UK brand from south of England. When it came to painting with them, they worked really, really nice. I really loved the coverage that I got and the fact that I could kind of apply more thicker layers, almost like gouache, kinda, not really, but they did work really well together. I was blending a lot. I was also, you know, in between the layers, letting them dry and reapplying color on top, as you do with watercolor. And in general, I really did like the colors that I received and the way that they were able to mix together and the way that they worked with the water. It was quite nice, and I definitely felt the high quality in them. That being said, I am a little bit of a noob with watercolor. It's been so long since I actually did something with watercolor, and I can definitely feel like the the noobish, I don't know how to say, like, I don't know. Let's just say that I was struggling a little bit to not make my watercolors muddy, which is kind of like a rookie mistake, to be honest with you. But you know, you learn by doing, so hopefully I'll do a couple more watercolor pieces in my spare time and just kind of get back into it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of reusing this Scrawlrbox actually with these colors and with the paintbrush especially. The paintbrush itself was so much fun to draw with. This is actually probably the fattest barrel that I've used in terms of watercolor paintbrushes. I've had a couple others in the past, but they were more like pencils. And this one has a huge container and it holds a lot more water, and it's actually quite nice to press. Like, it's very squishy, and it has a nice hold to it, which I was very pleasantly surprised. When it came to using the pencils in the box, these are the Royal Sovereign Chinagraph pencils. This is the first time I ever worked with them, and I was really like kind of wowed by them, to be honest with you. So these pencils, they're supposed to be versatile in the way that you can add them to any surface, including china, plastics, acetate, film, brick, wood, and glass. And apparently they are resistant to water. And, well, I shouldn't say apparently, because that actually was the case when I was drawing with them with watercolor. So they made a really, really good addition together with the watercolor. So I did use these pencils as added detail for the birds with the white and a little bit of a black outline for some of the darker areas. And I liked the way that it turned out, actually. So yeah, these pencils were actually a very nice surprise. I do have to say one thing about them though. So on the paper that I received in the Scrawlrbox, it does say that these pencils can be sharpened with a normal pencil sharpener. Although yes, that was the case. The first time I did try to sharpen the black one, for some reason, I don't quite know what happened. It got caught in a very strange way, and I ended up kind of ripping the wood in two. So that end of the pencil was unusable, so I had to actually sharpen the other end. So yeah, kind of warning, be a little bit careful, maybe be a little bit more gentle than I was when it comes to sharpening these pencils.
내게 다가와줘 날 바라봐줘 날 사랑해줘 너 하나뿐이야 다가와줘 날 바라봐줘 날 사랑한다고 말해줘 밤하늘의 별도 밝게 비춘 달도 그대 앞에 빛을 잃어요 감당할 수 없는 마음들이 날 힘들게 하지만 차오르는 마음을 거부할 순 없죠 감정이란 그런 거예요 기적 같은 일이 생길까요 나 간절히
Right, so once I started cleaning the illustration with the eraser and also just dusting away some of the eraser bits with a clean brush, I wanted to focus on the frame around the illustration. Now I kind of cheated. I didn't use something that was in the box. I did use gold. It's a, what is it called? It is from Schminke, and it's a pale gold aqua sort of mixture. It's powder, and you can mix it with water, and it turns into this gold, this goldish like watercolor texture. I don't know how else to describe it. But I did use this as a frame around. My hand is not that easy. I don't know. I couldn't do straight lines for some reason. So I kind of messed it up, and I do regret it. Honestly, I do regret it. And later on, you'll see me adding more gold into the background because I did struggle a little bit with like the white background. I wanted to have something that had a little bit more texture to it. but without taking away from the focus of the birds. So it was very hard to kind of figure out the color. I should have probably done a couple color tests before, along with the sketching of the thumbnail. So yeah, that's something I sort of regret doing, but you'll see in a minute how I actually end up fixing it. And by fixing it, all I really did was kind of add a gradient background with the blue and the white watercolor paints that I had. So from the bottom of the illustration, it was a little bit more dark, and as we went up, it went lighter in color. It turned out a little bit more sloppy than I wanted. Yeah, I struggled. I mean, that's just part of like getting back onto the horse of art in a way, you know? So yeah, it's fine. Honestly, it's fine. But this is kind of how I try to fill in the gaps here. I'm not really sure if I liked the way it turned out, but it's okay. It's a challenge. That's part of, you know, the whole experience of learning art and getting back after, you know, a very long break. That being said, I do hope you did enjoy this video. Don't forget to check out all of the social media links down below in the video description, links to my Instagram, Facebook, and also to my website where you can subscribe to the mailing list for the launch of my up and coming trilogy. So it would mean the world if you guys checked it out. I'd like to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you did have a great weekend, and yeah, I wish you a good start to the next week. Bye!